Hey everyone. Well, the timing on this one's not the greatest. I just had the 55 aligned and it drives really nice. In fact, I'm going to do a drive video with it. But what happened the other day was I went to put in the hazard lights and made a little click on the hazard flasher. Next thing I know, I don't have any turn signals. So I was pretty sure that the hazard switch, the connection there is what, made my turn signals lose connection. So ended up taking the column apart and putting a new harness in there, the switch for the signals and hazards, and everything works good. Problem is the turn signal canceller is kind of out of position. It's been like that, and so I'm going to take it back apart. I want it working right, to where it has the equal amount of turns and it cancels like it should. It's pretty much on the opposite side of where it should be, so it doesn't even cancel some of the time. And what I'm a little bit worried about is, one, is that my steering wheel is straight ahead and I'm aligned. Everything's good. The intermediate shaft between the column and the steering box, I can turn that 180, and theoretically that would push everything around sort of where it needs to be. It's indexed to the point where it only goes like if a half a turn on that column, so my intermediate shaft works, it might still have me out of position. Then the only option I really have to get it dead on would be to have the truck in here straight ahead, move my control arm back and forth to line it back up to I'm straight. And then there again, that would affect the toe in a little bit. I have a gauge that I've used and I have checked it and it's dead on. So there's no reason to think that it wouldn't drive the way it does right now as long as I get it set back up, So anyways, let's get going now. What I'm gonna do to start with here is the other day when I had the column apart, which I did not film, I went up and they have the AutoZone and O'Reilly Auto Parts around here. You can rent a tool, you buy it, use it, you return it, they give you all your money back. And it's a tool that allows you to get the snap ring out of the lock plate. So it's just a lot easier to be able to push that lock plate down, take the snap ring out, and then you pull everything apart. So I'm just going to make that tool. Okay guys, we're just going to start by bending this over right here. We'll just go at the middle of that right there. Bend this guy over to about 90 is good. And then we'll do the same thing with this one right here. We can get, it just has to be sort of close, like that. That's good. This one got a little off, that's all right, we could straighten it. It doesn't have to put a lot of pressure on there, that's the thing. So we'll just straighten that out, and then, so there's our little, we might cut these ears off too. And then we're just gonna get this to push down onto that steering. So hey, never throw away stuff. This is one of the old suspension parts here. The castle nut fits my steering wheel just right. I had another nut and it wasn't the right size. This old castle nut fits good though. So we're gonna put this guy on the top of that one, and that'll allow us to thread that all thread through there. So I'll bring you guys back in a little bit here. All right, guys, we're just gonna tack on these couple nuts here real quick. Right, that's all we should need right there. All right, guys, so I hope you can kind of see this. This right here is over on this side right here, and we want to get it over here. And the good news is right now I got the steering wheel dead ahead and it's like 180 off. The blinker is kind of up in here. It's exactly 180 off. I'm thinking if we get lucky, we'll pull the lock plate off and be able to maybe disconnect the intermediate joint. If this thing is, the way I'm looking at it here, I don't know if it's indexed down where yeah, I don't think this is indexed, so I should be able to spin this thing once I get this lock plate off and get it over in here, and then we'll be fine with the alignment. So let me, so this is my, let's see if we can get this light on here, kind of give us some light here. And this is the locking plate tool that I made right here. So we're just going to run this onto this, and then we'll run this down here, and this should allow us to that just like this. Let's see if I can get you guys aboard here to get a little. All right, so now that we got this tool in there, we're just going to go ahead and turn this, and you'll start to see a gap starting down there on that snap ring. Once we get enough room to get a screwdriver in behind there, which I think we got right now, I'll just give you guys a real quick kind of idea what's going to happen here when I'm able to get behind that and get that up and over that. I might have to go a little bit farther here just to get the angle. Just like that there. There, now we got plenty. One-handed here, should be able to get this to snap up on there. Oops, I just turned the ring. But anyways, take my word for it. Once you got that ring, once you got the snap ring spinning like that, there you go. See, just that easy. See how I flipped it up there. I don't know if you saw that or not, but it's really hard to do it with one hand. There it is right there. There it is. All right, so there, that is off. So now we got her right there. And now we're down to, this will just rotate. I don't think we're gonna have any problem with that. Get it right over there to where we get this canceller. Right there, those two cams right there are what cancel this out. So we just set that right in there. All right, guys, so this here serves as a couple different, if you haven't had a column apart, which I'm sure a lot of you have, this is the turn signal canceller here. So this is what I'm going to put right in the center of the switch, so it'll cancel. And it's also your horn rides around spring-loaded on this brass. This copper little plunger rides around on here, and they have a tendency, they'll squeak. And also, you would like to lube it, but the thing is, to find a grease that will let continuity flow is pretty hard to find. I've always heard a dielectric grease, and that's exactly the opposite. That doesn't let current flow. It is for electrical, but I found this stuff right here, NOALOX, antioxidant joint compound. It will actually let continuity flow through it. And so I'm just gonna dab a little bit on here and rub it on here, so it will lube this, and it'll let the electrical current flow through here as well. And so this should be good. And I'm just gonna dab a little bit on. It's a nice feeling grease. It's but yeah, it was hard to find, so make sure when you look it up if you want to. And this is just my, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, because this is just my research and I could be wrong. So, check it out. But I was happy when I found this, and this is what I'm going to use. So, all right, we'll get back to it. All right, guys, I knew I couldn't get that lucky. So the nice thing is it's 180 out. So I should be able to take the intermediate shaft free from right here. Take this off, spin the steering column 180, and then this should go back in, and I should be still lined up good. So yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do now, and then I'll bring you back once I get this apart. All right, guys, so we got lucky. I went and turned the steering column 180, and it slid right into the intermediate shaft up there. So now these two prongs are gonna go right between these two spots right here, and that'll be dead center on there. And then it allows the locking plate to go in and find its, because it was keyed to a certain way, right there. So we're right on the money there. I'll be able to go ahead and put my tool back on here. I'll compress that and put the ring on, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are back at the ring right there. I wish it would focus a little better. That might be good right there. And we'll just take and pop this ring back, right back into place here. Okay, it's right back in the groove there, no problem. She's floating around in there now. So we can go ahead and loosen the tool back up now. Actually loosen the tool as we go right here. And as soon as she gets enough slack in her, then we can just go ahead and let the center one go. And now we've got our steering wheel all lined up for everything to go in with this tape line is dead ahead, and so I'll be able to index the wheel onto that. So let me get a little farther along here and I'll bring you right back. All right, so here we go. Steering wheel's nice and straight. We're gonna take a right-hand turn, got the blinker on, and this is just a general small turn here, not even going all the way, just trying to see if we cancel. Okay, we canceled, and then I'm gonna try to get over here far enough to take up a 10 left turn. So I'm going there, you see the wheels going over, not too far away, and then canceled, so we're good. I like that. I call that success, and we got away with, because there's a little bit of play inside that horn button, I was able to clock this wheel to get it straight ahead, so we're all good. We didn't have to do anything with the alignment or anything, so yeah. And I'll put another video out soon with the a drive here. I just had a few minutes today, so yeah, I'm gonna take a left-hand turn into my driveway here, and canceled out. Works nice. All right, well, hey guys, really appreciate you stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you on the next one.